All right, guys, we are going to be drop shipping from China. Woohoo! Okay, no, but really, I'm going to show you the best way to drop ship from China. So that way there is not a ton of refunds. There is actually a better way to do this. And so I'm going to be explaining it in this video. And truthfully, it's not that bad. I was very surprised because I was immediately skeptical to dropship from China. I did not want to do it, but I'm just going to be showing you the best way to do it. And truthfully, one of the key things is that having customer support or just like replying to any chats and being there for the customer really waters down any kind of like, oh, this is coming from China or whatever. Like if they see customer service is on the ball, then they kind of relate that to the product and you'll be fine. So that's the main thing. Now, the next thing is that we're going to be actually going over fulfilling these orders, because since we have a different strategy, I want to actually just walk you through it. In the app we're going to be using is a Burlo. I've used tons of other apps, but this is the best one to use since we're using the Bundels strategy. But of course, if you have your favorite app that you want to use, it's okay. You could just totally just ignore me and that's fine. I'm just kidding, but let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing we need to install is a Burlo, one of the most popular apps. But once we click on this, we're actually going to go to the dashboard. Now, what's important to note is that a Burlo is talking to AliExpress. AliExpress, right here, is where we are getting our products, which is from China. That is like that's where we're getting all of our products. Now, they need to link on the back end, meaning a Burlo needs to be talking to our products. Our Shopify store needs to be linked to our products. So a Burlo can then fulfill our products with our orders and have the shipping numbers or tracking numbers linked, right? So in simple terms, let me just walk you through it. The first thing we need to do is actually search for our product. Now, before I get too ahead of myself, when we import our product, we're gonna actually link our current product that we already have on our store. So you know how I kind of guided you guys through, putting a product on your store? Well, there's a way to merge these products so they're linked and talking to each other. Super important. So now let's keep going. So we need to find our product first. So fish finder, I just typed that in and we're gonna click search. So once we see a whole bunch of these products, first let me actually sort by order count. Order count is usually good because I like to have other people kind of do the heavy lifting for us. I like to rely on the fact of social proof. I am big on that. No, but if people are buying this from one certain supplier, it's usually that supplier is a little bit more reliable, or they have a good price, or they're using ePacket. So I don't see our actual fish finder up here, so I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, cool. So here's the fish finder that we're selling as far as the model. Looks very good. Now, the next thing is I need to see what kind of shipping they offer. So I click right here and I see that they offer ePacket. ePacket is the only shipping that is the worst shipping I wanna see. Meaning like this is, like if it's any worse than ePacket, meaning like AliExpress standard shipping, yeah, like I don't wanna choose this one. Let me give you guys an example. If I scroll back up here, yeah, perfect. So like I never want to use China Post Airmail. This is not as reliable as ePacket. ePacket is definitely more reliable. And so the next thing I actually want to do is I want to click on the link and now look at the supplier. So this is not actually, AliExpress is still inside the app. We need to click view product on AliExpress. Okay, cool. So now I can actually see the supplier that we're getting this from. And so I want to hover over here and I see that they have been open since July 2016. This is good. This is good because you're going to notice a lot of suppliers there, if they've only been open for 2 years, like, okay, 2 years is the minimum. In my opinion, I really rely heavily kind of on the feedback as well when it comes to AliExpress. When it comes to Alibaba, that's totally different. I actually don't really rely on the feedback as much. But when it comes to AliExpress, I do. Because at least with Alibaba, since when I'm buying in bulk, they are really pressed up against the fence because they have to, if they don't deliver on time and everything, I'm protected by Alibaba Trade Assurance. But yes, I'm also protected by, I'm protected by AliExpress as well. But I just don't want to be scaling and doing one product. I'm sending each of these products to customers. Then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh wait, they're not shipping the order. So how do we make sure we don't run into any of those issues? Well, the first way is kind of like hovering over and making sure they've been at least open for at least 2 years. Second thing is we want to make sure that this is not below like a 4.5. Like if this is below 4.5, I mean, it's a little bit, iffy to me, honestly. Second thing is I want to contact them. If I'm really like kind of like scared, then I will contact them and be like, hey, I have 10 orders a day, and I was just wondering if you currently have stock right now. Okay, so then we wait. I'm like, hi, yes, we have stock. Of course they're gonna say they have stock. So then the next thing will be like, okay, great. Can you send me past tracking numbers? Because I just want to be careful because I'm going to scale more orders and I just want to be careful. And you could even put, because I know a lot has been going on in China, I just want to be careful, right? You can clean that up a little bit, but you can see, how that progression went. They already committed to, yes, I have stock, to now saying, okay, great. Can you send me some past tracking numbers? So that is what you could do. But the main thing also is making sure that they actually reply, and do not bug them either. Like they don't really, don't bug them because they're going to be useful contact and they talk. So you don't want to be flagged as someone that no one wants to do business with too. Like be respectful because these guys are not looking to scam you. They're not because their business is also on the line and they can get a ton of bad reviews and they can get taken down. I've actually talked to a lot of different suppliers. And, suppliers on AliExpress will actually have little wars with each other and try to take, it's really nasty. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And so there's like two sides to every story, of course. Some suppliers are just really sloppy business people, but most of the time, they're just really pressed against the fence and, they're trying to be respectful as well. So just have that mentality coming into this. They're not out to just take everything from you. That's not like their goal. So anyway, with that long answer, okay, so I like this so far. This is good. Now, the second thing I never mentioned yet is that we actually need to also install the Chrome extension of Aberlo. So, we have Aberlo installed as an app, but we also need the Chrome extension, which I have on my Chrome browser over here. So we need these two, so that way it syncs together. It's just essential. So once we have those two installed, let me go back. I liked this, so now I could be like, okay, I want to add this to the import list. So it's actually going to add it to a list. So it's going to add it to a list, and I want to actually look at the import list. Great. Now, like I said, we're actually going to merge this data, this listing, with our listing on our Shopify store. So let me actually explain that. So if we look at our products, so see how we have our products already made like I showed you? This is fine because now we're going to merge these as far as a link, so they're talking. And so we're going to go back here. So what we actually have to do is scroll over here to more actions, and we're going to click select product to override. So I am going to override this with, hang on, let's see what we got here. So I'm going to override this product with this one. Let's do 2 fish finders. So we're going to override it with 2, but a couple important things. Override title and description. No, we do not want to override this. So we don't want to override our description. We want to override theirs. So override images. No. We don't want to delete any of our images. So we don't click any of these, and we click override. Cool. So overriding means really linking. And so now we just click right here again, import and override. So double click, and now it is talking. So what we can see is actually under my products, and I did this 2 other times. Hang on. So now what we'll see is when I click to my products, I see 2 fish finders. This is the product that we just kind of did that entire strategy with. Great. Now what we're going to do is the same process for the other 2 products. Okay. So that's literally all we have to do. But that way it's linked. Now that's not it though. I want to show you the next important step. So once this is linked, it's pretty simple. But what do you do once you get an order? What if you do get an order for 2 fish finders? Well, right here we'll see a little notification of orders, and I love when I see notification of orders. So now we're going to click on this order product, and we're going to actually be taken right to AliExpress. Now this is super cool. What's also important is that we need to have an AliExpress account. So just make it an account. It's free. Just put in your email. I guess I kind of assumed a lot of people had that, but yeah, just put in your email and create an account. And the next thing is that when we click order product, notice it went through all of those steps for us. I wasn't clicking anything. It is basically the software doing everything, and we want to put in our payment method. Now, what's interesting is if I actually scroll down here, oh, how annoying, I can't open that, but it puts this little text in here. Oh, let me zoom in. It puts this text in here. I'm drop shipping, don't put any invoices, blah, blah, blah. It already puts this in for us. Now, what I actually noticed is that this supplier, if we're shipping to the US, it doesn't look like it's actually going to allow us to change the shipping. Usually we'll have like different options to change, but this one is forcing us to ship via USPS. We need to make sure that this works in with our margin. If it does, then that's fine, but if it doesn't, then all we have to do is cancel this product. We'll literally go right here. We can actually, we go to My Products, we click Delete Product, and then we go through that process again. So I just wanted to show you kind of all the little details, but then we need to put in our card number, and they will not get an invoice or anything when we're drop shipping. So super important. But now the next thing is like, well, look, if they got 2 fish finders, well, right here we can already change the quantity. This is beautiful, very simple to do. And also, if we wanted to, let's say we are combining a fish finder with, a fishing rod. Well, all we have to do is go back, we click on this, AliExpress, we literally go back to the home page, add a fish finder to cart, go back to cart, and we ship it, because we won't be getting too many orders of like these like huge bundles. Most of the time it's just going to be one-off products, like 1, 1, 1, oh, we got a huge bundle, 1, 1, 1, oh, huge bundle, and you'll love fulfilling them because they're fun. But after a while, yes, we're going to switch and we're going to do it more efficient, but this isn't really that much work anyway. So once it's placed, then we can literally see, okay, fulfilled, and we'll have a tracking number and it'll be able to be updated. Now, what I want to say is that this this tutorial and this video you're watching right now is taking you through exactly how to fulfill, but there is a ton of videos on Oberlo. If you ever get stuck and you're like, hey, like, what does this button do or that button do? They know their software 100 times better than I know their software. So there's a ton of videos also, but this is definitely like 100%, like you're already guided like 90% of the way. Like if we click like right on the help center, they have, every little tutorial we can possibly want, like tracking number, right? So if we look up tracking number, how to send notifications to customers about shipped orders, how to track orders, where to find tracking, like it's not really that complicated. Truthfully, it's really everything in the dashboard. There's gonna be big fat buttons, be like, want to get a tracking number? But if you ever get stuck or confused, I just want to give you guys another tool. Like this is super easy, and this is what I go through. So that's how we fulfill the order with Oberlo. Now, remember, we're only going to be doing this until we at least get to 20 orders a day. Once we have a little bit of traction, then that's when we're going to want to go to the other modules, which you're going to see right below this video. So this is exactly how we do it. I hope you found it very useful, and let's just go ahead and move on to the next one.